Page 10, Beautiful Dreamer. At the top of the page, they're talking about eighth note triplets. Well, an eighth note triplet is a triplet made up of eighth notes. Well, I mean, they're all over this piece. The idea is you're going to play 3 notes instead of 2. So at the beginning, this first measure, instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and, we're going to go 1 and I put an 1 and 2 and 3 and that gives me 3 of those notes. 1 and 2 and there's 3 of those rather than just 2. 1 and 2 and so the triplets go a little quicker. So that first measure there on the hair is 1 and 2 and 3 and that's eighth note triplets. Now you have to be careful with them because they need to be even. So don't go, that's not an eighth note triplet. Or, no, they got to be even. So be very careful about that. Now, piano players get a lot of triplets and regular straight notes. We call it triple or duple, 3 or 2. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and or 1 and 2 and 3 and. The 2 kinds of counting. And we have to be able to go back and forth at any time because we get these a lot. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and or whatever. The point is you got to go back and forth between the triple and the duple counting. And you'll get it, you'll do it so much. You'll get the hang of it if you're struggling at first. Beautiful Dreamer, 3/4 times. There's 1 flat in the key signature. We're in the key of F major. Make sure you can do my F major scale. You should know the scale already, in which case go ahead and do it 2 octaves up and down. And do the D minor scale also, because it has 1 flat in the key signature. So I do a key signature when I do the scales. So I do the major and the minor with the same key signature. So here it's F major and D minor. 2 octaves up and down. I covered in the scale video. You can go look it up. Right hand first. Let's get the fingering and the rhythm and all that because we're moving around a little bit. At the beginning, I've already shown this. 1 and then you cross over here and it's a 3-2-1. This is very common in piano. So I encourage it. Yeah, it says 1 and 4 and then scrunch up a little bit, 3rd finger. And then 3rd finger on that 2nd B flat. So the 3rd measure, 1 and like so. 2nd line, the first 2 measures are the same as you've had. 2nd line, 3rd measure. Now this is a little bit different. The 2nd B flat, instead of 3rd finger, we're going to use 4th finger. So it's here, 4th finger. That one, we can go on down to the F. And going on, it's here, bring the thumb down. Reach up. Reach up, it's an octave, but we're going to use 4th finger. You don't have to, you can use 5th if you want. But use 2nd finger on the D. Okay, now what's going on here? 3rd line down, 2nd measure. You have a triplet on the 1st beat. You have a quarter note on the 2nd. And we have what looks like a triplet on the 3rd beat. So it's 1, 2. However, on the 3rd beat with the 2 G's, they're tied together. It's like a quarter note. They're tied together. So you don't play the 2nd G, just hang on it. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and So the 3 and that's all that's for. And then you look, it's back to what you were doing at the beginning. Left hand. There's broken chords on the left hand. We have the F chord here, the 1 chord, and then the 4 chord, 5/7 chord, 1 chord. This is it for the most part. you get the last measure of the second line, then you reach down for an octave. I'm hoping you can go ahead and just finger it that way. I mean, you can do that if you got really fat fingers and big hands. But because this, you can get this out of here, and your next note is an F. So you might be able to handle that already. Because you're only going up in here long enough to play the B flat. So it's here. Then you come back out. Now, third line down, it's the third measure going into the fourth measure. The third measure, you're here. Fourth measure, they want you here. I don't recommend it. There's times in piano we have to do it. If you don't have to, don't. We don't have to. So I'm suggesting for this part, rather than coming up, we simply stretch out and use this type of pattern. It's an extended chord, but we got all those notes covered in one hand position. So the third measure is here, then just come up, third finger on the F. Then you can come up with the fifth finger. This way you're not doing this. That's dangerous. So the third line is this way. So forth. Put the hands together. Now, right now, we just want the hands to work together. So hesitations and all that, don't worry about them. We just want this and see those notes come together. Just make sure. Let's go down to the third line. You're here. Well, actually, let's start with the last measure of the second line, because it's here. Because you're using different fingers in the hands, and this can get very confusing. So you go as slow as you gotta go. Just let's do it again. Just like the first beat. The second beat is here, and the third beat is here. And then the next measure, it's here, here, and then here. Here, and then go on. So you work out, get the hands to work together, and then go back and remove the hesitations. Just go over it so you can get it a nice steady beat. You can go any speed you need to go, as slow as you need to go, doesn't matter. A steady beat. And once we have that, we can think about these slurs and things. They've got the left hand, they're slurring. I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but I would recommend you just connect it all right in there. Just connect all this together. Here, if you can, and I think I would connect the left hand all the way through the piece. So I'd only lift up in the right hand. So here I'm up to here. Lift up in the right hand. Just lifting up in the right hand is all. I'm playing the left hand all connected. And you need to say, wait a minute, but that's not what the music is written. Aren't you supposed to learn it the way it's written first? And I say, yes, sort of. You don't always lift up before and after a slur. You have to judge it. When do you do and when do you don't? In the left hand, these are not phrase markings, these are slurs. I'm guessing, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. It looks so sort of like they're kind of doing it so you can lift both hands together because it's easier. because you're lifting both hands at the same time. I'm pushing you a little bit and I'm saying leave the left hand down and just lift the right hand if you can. It's interpreting the music. The right hand, the upper staff, it's more phrasing than slurs. So we want a little like taking a breath between each of the phrases. So we lift up. Lift up. Between each of the phrases, but the left hand connected. Then we can deal with this dynamics. Well, the dynamics are suggestions, but we'll follow them. Moderately soft, that's the melody. Whatever you think moderately soft, you keep the left hand in the background, like very soft. And then in the second line, you're very soft in the right hand, and you're super duper seriously soft in the left. Now at the end of the second line, you come up just a little bit to soft. Just not quite as loud as you were at the beginning, but a little louder than you have been. Let's keep the left hand out of the way. And then in the third line, you got a swell. In the second and third measure, you're going to go up to moderately loud and come back down. Right there. This is moderately loud. Back down to soft. So it's keep the left hand out of the way. Then moderately soft. And you'll end it moderately soft. Although at the end you can come down to soft. The left hand's is really soft. Then the speed, well, this is a dreamy piece. So it's, you just got like beautiful dreamer. It's just nice and lazy and relaxing. This. Just real nice and slow. Now in the third line, there is a rit, R-I-T, in the third measure. It means slow down. Retardando, slow down. So you're coming, doesn't say how much to slow down, just feel it, slow down. So, and then you get an odd tempo. That means resume your speed again. Well, there's different ways of interpreting all tempos. You can immediately just take off. So it's just immediately take off. It's a subito take off. Or you can speed up, gradually go back up to tempo. So again, that third measure is. So I just take a couple beats to take a couple beats to get back up in. That's interpretation. You'll experiment with both and see what you like. Most of the time I'll accelerate. I'll gradually speed up, back up into what I was doing. Especially when it's a soft, dreamy piece like this. You don't want to surprise anybody with, ooh, what's going on? And then at the end, there's a retardando to slow down too. How much you slow down, again, that's interpretation. You slow down. Then on top of that, they've added pedal. You don't need pedal on this. It does just fine without pedal. Now, if I pedal it the way they're showing, this is what it sounds like. So forth. If that sounds okay to you, fine, go with it. I think it's very blurry. I don't care for it at all. I think I would just avoid pedaling the triplets. Don't pedal the triplets. If you want to hear the phrasing in the right hand, then pedal it with the right hand. So don't pedal the first beat. You can pedal the second, third. But lift the pedal with the right hand so we hear that silence. the third measure at all. You can pedal the fourth measure. It's up to you on how you pedal it. Experiment and try different pedaling and see what you think on it. In my opinion, you don't need pedal on this at all. It's fine without it. I like to do a play with me on this and play along with you very slowly to check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I will pedal it as I think it should be pedaled, not the way they're showing. You can pedal it that way if you want to. So I'm going to give us 3 counts, so let's just try it together. 1 and ready and go and